Hey everyone, Stef and Joe here. Stef's actually taking the night off. I'm going to be walking us through our latest video selection, which is going to be the top 10 table service dining locations at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. We'll span across all of the hotels, the parks, what we think is most convenient. This is truly just based on our experiences, so we definitely look forward to getting some feedback from all of you as to what your top 10 favorite dining locations are. But hopefully this video will be extremely helpful for folks that have never been on property or visited the parks in Florida before as well. If you're booking your Disney vacation or you're looking at potential dining options, hopefully this video will be of some help and give you a better idea of where you should eat on property. Hope you enjoy, everyone. Our number 10 is Disney's Liberty Tree Tavern in the Magic Kingdom. This is a restaurant that is truly set in the colonial time period, the beginning of our history. Essentially, when you walk in, you're greeted with by staff that are essentially dressed in colonial attire. You're taken back to the 1700s, nearing the time period of our independence from Great Britain. It's an awesome Thanksgiving feast. If you love Thanksgiving, you would definitely love this restaurant. Features, turkey and gravy, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, all the fixings from a traditional Thanksgiving feast. And one of the really nice things is that it's located right in the park. You don't have to be transported away from the Magic Kingdom, so it's really convenient for if you're looking to spend a full day in the parks and really maximize minute to minute everything that there is to do and to see. This is definitely a great option with a great staff. Really takes you back to the beginnings of our history, and it's just absolutely fantastic food as well. There's some excellent dishes, excellent desserts. I believe it's blueberry pie or some kinds of traditional pies that are available as well for dessert. So definitely a must see and a must eat at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Number 9 is Mama Melrose, which is located in Hollywood Studios. Mama Melrose is a true hole in the wall. It's an Italian flavor to the Hollywood Studios. It's actually located back by Lights, Motors, Action, but absolutely fantastic Italian food. They've got some really great steaks as well. So if you're looking for something that might be a little bit outside of the traditional Italian cuisine, there's definitely some options for you as well. But as you can see here in the picture, it's truly that Italian atmosphere. You've got the little hole-in-the-wall atmosphere, you've got the brick walls, you've got the lights, the posters and paintings and things all across the walls. It truly makes you feel like you're in a little Italian type restaurant. So excellent cuisine, excellent staff. It's definitely a great place to eat and not overly crowded. It's kind of one of those better kept secrets within the park itself. So number 9 is Mama Melrose. Our number 8 is the Biergarten restaurant, which is located at Epcot in the Disney's World Showcase. Excellent food overall. It's a all-you-can-eat buffet. It's traditional German food. There's bratwurst, sauerkraut, goulash, all the traditional German fixings and sides. And it's a really great restaurant. As you can see in the picture, again, there's vivid entertainment that's offered to the guests as you're seated. They have folks presenting musical presentations, they're singing, they're dancing, they're doing all kinds of things that are literally vintage Germany. So definitely an awesome atmosphere. One word of caution, the only downfall on this is if you are going as a smaller party, when Steph and I first came and it was just the two of us, you do get seated with other guests. So, I mean, that could be good or bad. Obviously, it's good if you are seated to some folks that obviously love Disney, hopefully like you do. And if you're a conversational person, then it's always fun to kind of discuss and talk about what your party and their party have done and seen and what their likes and dislikes are. But if you are one that doesn't necessarily like to talk to strangers and to converse on things, if you're just one of those people that wants to just kind of go in and do your thing, eat, and be out on the go, then maybe not the place for you. So just a word of caution, but definitely some great positives to this overall dining experience. So our number 8 is Biergarten Restaurant at Disney's World Showcase at Epcot. Our number 7 is Tony's Town Square Restaurant at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Some folks may ask, why is Tony's Town Square? When you first walk into the park, it's off to the right-hand side. It's by the guest relations area when you first coming to the entrance of the park. But it's a fantastic atmosphere. They have really good food, but if you can dine on the outside, and especially dine on the outside during a pristine time, the atmosphere is absolutely to die for. And just to give you some background, the last time we were at Walt Disney World Resort in January, my wife and I and my parents, we all dined here, and we were actually seated on the outside, and we were seated on the outside right during Disney's electrical parade. We had a little bit later of a start to dinner, and being that it was in the January time frame, the parks closed a little bit earlier, so we were able to dine right while the parade was coming by. Really cool experience. I mean, nothing beats eating some fantastic food out on the balcony or out on the porchway, seeing all the Disney floats passing you by for the parade as you're dining. So that was truly a magic memory for us. So definitely if you're looking for something different and kind of a place that may offer a unique dining experience, check out Tony's and try to book it for one of the parade times or the fireworks or something that may make it a little bit more unique and special for you. But again, our number 7 is Tony's Town Square Restaurant at the Magic Kingdom. Our number 6 is the Garden Grill Restaurant at Epcot. This is located in the same area as the Land, one of the newer pavilions. And the really cool thing about this restaurant is that it actually rotates. It rotates extremely slowly. So one thing, maybe you may be placing your order and then you get your food, you're eating away, then you look up and it's like, oh my gosh, I moved in the restaurant. So kind of neat there. You can actually see a couple of scenes from the Land, the Disney's The Land ride as well as this restaurant rotates around, so that's kind of cool as well. One of the other unique features is that this is a character dining restaurant as well. So you can interface with Mickey, hang out with Mickey and Chip and Dale and Pluto and pals. So that's always a cool feature to this restaurant as well. Again, it's an all-you-can-eat restaurant. Traditional meals or traditional offerings for this is, I believe, turkey, fish, and beef as well. All the traditional fixings. So definitely a really cool restaurant. Something different. Kind of one of those best-kept secrets. So it's relatively easy typically to get a reservation here. But if you're definitely looking for something different, something indoors, and something with character dining, then check out the Garden Grill in Epcot. Our number 5 is the Whispering Canyon Restaurant at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. This is a really cool restaurant, frontier-based, obviously, as you can see here in the picture. But they are really known for their guest interaction here. It's an all-you-can-eat restaurant. Excellent selection as far as the menu is concerned, but the staff really goes above and beyond to interact with the guests to obviously catch everyone's attention in the dining room. If you ask for ketchup, and I dare you to ask for ketchup when you dine here, you'll see what happens. A couple of other funny stories is when Stef and I dined here. She had gone through a couple of pops because it was really hot out and just trying to hydrate, things like that. And the waitress pretty much says, my gosh, how much pop are you going to drink? So essentially the next pop she brought out, Stephanie, for her refill, she brought her out a super tiny little jug with a super huge long straw. So not a lot of liquid to have, but definitely a long enough straw. And then the next time she brought her a refill, she brought her this huge jug of pop, which would be nearly impossible for anybody to finish in a super small, tiny little straw. So kind of their way of poking fun at you, joking around with you, and getting some laughs from the dining room. So definitely an overall great experience. Really easy to get here if you're coming from one of the parks. Obviously, it's a little bit out of the way to go to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, but a really cool building, really cool atmosphere at this restaurant, and I definitely highly recommend it. So our number 5 is Whispering Canyon at the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Our number 4 is Disney's 50s Primetime Cafe at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and this is a super great restaurant, a throwback into the 1950s. Coming back to Ma's Kitchen, hanging out with your cousins and family, they really put you in that mind frame and in that atmosphere. You'll get yelled at if you have your elbows on the table, you chew with your mouth open. If you have bad table manners, they will sit you in the corner, pretty much embarrass you in front of your party. Yeah, it's a really good, fun experience. And one of the best parts of this restaurant as well is their milkshakes are absolutely to die for. So if you're looking for a really good milkshake or something to keep you cool as you're moving throughout the park, come to 50s Primetime. Excellent food. It's all your traditional meals. Traditionally from the baby boomer generation or folks that were growing up in the 50s and 60s, but meatloaf, various other dishes that are more or less popular in that time period, but definitely a great atmosphere, a lot of fun. You can have a lot of fun with the staff and create a lot of memories here, so I highly recommend it. Our number 4 is 50s Prime Time at Hollywood Studios. Our number 3 is the Coral Reef Restaurant at Epcot. Really cool place to dine. A little bit more isolated, a little bit more intimate as well. And what's better than staring off into the aquarium and seeing sharks come by you, or stingrays, or different types of aquatic life as you're dining. Really cool, neat atmosphere. They've got really good food as well. I'm obviously a steak guy, so they have really good steak there as well. But they have a ton of awesome seafood as well for those that are seafood lovers. Definitely check it out. Excellent dishes, excellent entrees. The staff is super friendly, a little bit more upscale, a little bit more intimate of a place if you're looking for something slightly different as far as the dining experience. But I mean, what better than checking out the aquarium and kind of staring off into the deep sea aquatic life? So our number 3 was Coral Reef Restaurant at Epcot. Our number 2, and I'll preface this with saying that we actually have not been able to dine here yet because it is such a hot restaurant. You absolutely cannot get a dining reservation. Well, I shouldn't say that you absolutely can't, but at least we haven't been able to. even booking 60 days or more in advance, we cannot for the life of us get into this restaurant. But it's a huge hit with folks across the board. And why wouldn't it be? Obviously, Beauty and the Beast is one of Disney's classic animation films as well. But this is truly the Beast's dining room in the castle. What better atmosphere than the awesome painted ceilings, the chandeliers, the royal chairs and tables that are outlined and laid out in this dining room plaza. And even to be able to dine with the Beast himself, that's pretty cool too. So obviously we have not been able to get in yet, but this restaurant has absolutely taken off like wildfire. People seem to love it. So I give it my highest recommendations as well. And hopefully we'll actually get to dine here relatively soon, and we'll have a little bit more detail and specifics that we can provide to you next time. But our number 2 is Be Our Guest Restaurant in Disney's Magic Kingdom. And number 1, here we are, number 1, Disney's Ohana's at the Polynesian Resort. Oh my gosh, one of my favorites, always has been, always will be. Awesome Polynesian food. Basically you are definitely not leaving this place hungry. It's all you can eat. It's steak, it's pork, it's chicken, it's shrimp, it's all grilled. It's absolutely to die for. There's pineapple bread, there's salad, there's chicken wings, there's ice cream and bread pudding for dessert, which is absolutely amazing. And this is so representative of the Polynesian culture. Stephanie and I actually had the privilege of going to Hawaii a couple years back, and we took a cruise to Hawaii, and we actually did a Hawaiian luau and a fancy dinner like this. And believe it or not, we actually prefer Ohana's food to even a vintage Hawaiian meal where we were out on the beach and by the ocean. That atmosphere was truly remarkable, but the food at Ohana's was even way above what they offered at the Paradise Cove luau in Honolulu, Hawaii. Absolutely great food. Awesome with kind of bringing out the Hawaiian culture as well. They have a ukulele player. She's been there for years and years and years. I don't know her name, but she is truly entertaining. She sings and interacts with the kids and teaches you everything Hawaiian. She's from one of the Hawaiian Islands herself. So what better testament to spread that culture and joy than to have somebody exactly from one of the islands. They've got coconut races for the kids. You get to go in, you get to wear a lei, you get to eat and dine, you can interface with your cousins as they tell you. The staff is extremely friendly and extremely fun to be around and joke around with as well. So definitely an awesome atmosphere. So our number 1, again, is at Ohana's Polynesian Resort. It can be a little difficult to get reservations, I'm not going to lie. Typically, if you're going and you're booking 6 months in advance, you shouldn't have an issue. But if you're talking, 5, 4, 3, or even less months in advance, good luck. there's people at 5 o'clock each day when they're staying on property that line up, because if you line up, you don't have a reservation, but you line up, though you can typically get a table, but I've seen people line up and even wait an hour to an hour and a half just to get a table here. Such a popular place, one of Disney's better kept secrets. It's also convenient because you can take the monorail right to the Magic Kingdom as well, so it's not too far out of your way, which is kind of nice. But definitely one of my favorites. Awesome place to eat, awesome place to dine. Hopefully, if you guys are going in the future, check it out, eat there, and let us know. Let us know in our comments if you enjoyed it, if it was a good recommendation, as well as all of our top 10. We're looking for your feedback. We're looking to talk all things Disney. It's dear to our heart. It's an awesome place, and just want to share that love with all the other Disney fanatics out there. So, please feel free to watch our other videos as well, to share them, to leave us comments, shoot us messages. We're here to talk everything Disney, and hopefully, if you're going relatively soon, share your stories with us. We'll be happy to hear and converse as to some of your experiences and what was more memorable and what some of your highlights were for your vacation. So, hope you guys enjoyed the top 10 list for Stef and Joe for dining at the Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida, for the table service locations. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully you learned something new, and we'll hopefully have another video soon. Thanks everyone. Take care.